What's up, everybody? Greetings, y'all. This is your girl, LaSage, coming through with a download here. So, I want to talk about y'all state of mind and how you can make yourself susceptible to the system. The very system that we complain about, that is against us, that is very well true. There is very much an agenda that is clear as day. But what is not clear as day, what I have noticed, and I tend to put myself through things. I tend to tap into certain consciousnesses, go in and out of sleep and awakening just so I could be able to explain and know what the hell I'm talking about when I come speak about stuff. Because honestly, I know, first of all, I let spirit speak through me, because I let spirit fill in. Excuse me, my mouth is so dry right now. Oh my goodness. I let spirit fill in for me what I have not experienced in this lifetime, because I've lived across many lifetimes, right? And I'm about to lose a lot of you right now just by saying that. So those of you that are still here, what I want you to recognize, if you are a person of color, you need, your number one focus is not on money. Your number one focus. Now hold on, stay with me. This ain't broke talk, okay? This is real talk, okay? Your number one focus is not money. Your number one focus is on developing your inner voice, unlocking your inner guru. Because unlocking that, this actually is for everybody, okay? Let me tell you this ain't just for people of color. However, I'm specifically speaking to people of colors because we are so focused on what they're doing to us, so focused on what's been done in history, things that we can't change. We cannot change the oppressor. That's one thing you cannot do. You cannot change the mentality. That is a mental issue that they need to address, that they can only address by recognizing it in themselves. If the narcissist, the sociopath, if they don't recognize what they're doing, then they're going to keep doing it. You can't stop them. You can't do picket signs and tell them to stop. They're not going to stop. However, it doesn't mean don't do it. Because we as humans, in the physical, we do need something to live for. We do need a cause. We do need something that gets us moving, a why that gets us moving out of bed. So if going out and protesting gets you moving out of bed in the morning, then you do that. I'm not about to talk shit about you. I'm not about to talk about you. I'm not about to down you and say, oh, that's not helping. I'm not about to down the people who are doing things differently than how I feel that I should do them. Because at the end of the day, we all are pieces to the puzzle of the whole puzzle. And so, but we can't continue to focus on the problem. But I'm not telling you to deny the problem. I'm telling you to acknowledge that there's a problem and now focus on the solutions. All right? Now, who has solutions? We don't know what the solutions are for other people, how to change other people. But I know what the solution is for transcending your mentality and transcending your experience on this physical plane. And one of those things that's the most important is self-love. One of those things is focusing on building yourself up, focusing on understanding your own passions, your own desires, focusing on accepting who you are, focusing on being the best that you can be for yourself, not doing what the community thinks you should be doing, trying to fit in with the social statuses and the Jim James and hoteps, and just trying to fit in with the movement. The knowledge is power, just trying to fill yourself up with all this knowledge, and then you're not dealing with your emotions, and you don't even know how you feel about stuff. You don't even know how to control your anger. You don't even know how to control your emotions. You're constantly in a state of explosion, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. At what point do you sit down and you focus on your inner health, your holistic health? Because then what happens is, once you focus on that, then you could come back and you can go ahead and you can create and manifest large amounts of money at one time. Trust. You can do that. But you need to know how to harness that energy. You have to know how to recognize when you have blocks preventing you from doing something. You need to learn how to recognize that. That's going to take hard work. Now, you lazy people who are not willing to do the work because it's not, the why is not strong enough. You're really not interested in having a peace and balance. You're not interested in going about life with less effort and more, and getting more out of life and having a balance, a flow, a rhythm. If you're not interested in transcending from your Black experience, your color experience, your oppressive experience, if you are poor at this moment and you are not a person of color, if you're not even, if you're poor in this moment, you are a victim. You're not a victim. Let me make sure I correct that. Quote unquote victim, all right, of an oppressive system. Those who created the system, they will do anything for power. Okay? Those who uphold the system will do anything to maintain power. Okay? So, but guess what? The higher vibrating powers cannot fall victim to the lower vibrating powers. I thought back to the times I got in some issues dealing, legal issues, things that I know that were, why is this happening to me? Why is this? Because this is not, I'm innocent, or this is, all these things were happening and I was dealing with the system. And I realized at that time, what was I most focused on? I was most focused on getting money. I was most focused on trying to have a lifestyle. I was most focused on trying to do things so I could feel like I was enough, that I could matter. I was too focused on the things that was outside of myself, that I was focused on how I was going to look. I was focused on my outer instead of focusing on my inner. I had moments where I was focusing on inner, but I was not consistent. You understand? I moved in and out. Now, that's great from my experience because I want the wisdom. I want to understand myself. I want to be able to come to you and say, hey, look, this is my experience. And for the longest, I needed to go through those experiences in order to feel comfortable talking about things. But at this point, because of my connection with spirit, my direct connection, I don't need to go through the experience in order to have the wisdom to share with you, because like I said, I've lived across many lifetimes and I've lived across many experiences. I've died many times. So have many of you. So you have the experience in your DNA. So I'm working on healing my DNA because I am the ancestor that I have been waiting on. I am not going back in history trying to learn and memorize all these things when this is a new day and a new time. Okay? This is as above, so below. So we're sitting up here. Yes, study. Yes, understand yourself. Yes, do things. Get learn things so that you're really not learning them. You're just really awakening what is already inside of you. But yes, you need to learn the language, how to apply the language of now, how to apply the energy that's going on right now. We're being hit with different types of energies. We're being hit with different types of experiences and different types of things. Yeah, in history, things have happened. You may hear there's nothing new under the sun. Things like that. Things have happened in history. History seems to repeat itself. Yes, but the technology that we have now is not what we had in history. The more technology we have, the more tools, external tools we have, the more disconnected we become from our inner reliance, our inner self. Yes, these tools are tools. Tools are meant to assist, not to replace. And we have been allowing the system to replace our inner guru, our inner wisdom, our inner source, our highest source, our God source. We have been allowing them to block off our pineal. We have been allowing it because we didn't know, because a lot of us didn't know. A lot of us may have gotten the information, but we didn't know what to do with it. So it's people like you and I, and if you're a person who needs to unblock your chakra, your throat chakra, who needs to unblock that thought center that's blocking you from speaking your truth, from speaking loudly and proudly and sharing that inner knowledge, because we all need each other to awaken each other. So if I sit on this knowledge and try to hoard it, who am I helping? Yeah, I'm helping myself getting the things that I want, but what about other people? I can't sleep at night knowing that I'm not sharing what it is that could possibly help you today. So what I want you to walk away with today is I want you to stop focusing on what you don't want, what you don't like, what you don't appreciate. Stop focusing on that and focus on what you want. What is it that you desire the most in this moment? What is it that you can't stop thinking about? What is it? Acknowledge that. Hang that shit up. Put it as your why. What is it that you can't stop thinking about? What is it that you really want to do? Or have you stuffed your dreams so deep down inside that you can't even remember what it is that you want to do? So at this point, I want you to, if that's where you are, I want you to go sit alone. It's the holidays. Everybody wants you to be here and there, everywhere, with their mama. And you have no time for yourself around all this great energy, because the holidays, this is an amazing time for just amazing energy, for positive energy, for loving energy, to harness that energy and recreate. This is the perfect time, but what are we doing? We're too focused on buying. We're too focused on making money so we could buy our loved ones gifts. If you ain't got it by now, don't even worry about it. Make something from your heart. Send them a nice letter. Do something else that it's all about exchanging energy. It's not about giving gifts of physical gifts. It's exchanging love energy. What is love to you? Don't feel pressured to go out and go broke for the holidays, for other people, for these people who ain't even about to pay your bills next month when you don't have the money because you went and spent and ran up your credit cards. They're not about to put this money in your account 10 years from now. Maybe you might luck up. Maybe they might hit it big and maybe they want to give back. But guess what? Guess what people are going to remember more? The things that you do from your heart. And if they don't, then they're materialistic and they don't even need to be. You don't even need to worry about that. You don't even need to worry about them. So what I'm saying is just focus on what it is that you desire. Focus on what it is that you want. Stop focusing on what's going on in the system. The system is there. The system has been created. It has been created out of somebody's mental who has an agenda. And I don't want to get too deep on you because there's certain reasons why that is like that. But you don't even need to understand that. That's something that me personally, I'm interested in understanding the whys, and I'm curious as to why and what, which there are mysteries of the universe that we'll never understand, probably never understand. But I like to, if there's a why, I like to want to, I try to figure it out. I'm just a curious person. But for you, all you need to know, all you need to worry about is focusing on yourself, focusing on healing yourself, focusing on, you will be led to the places. Once you put the intention out there, you'll be led to the people, places, and things that will assist you in healing your inner self, to allow you to hear your inner voice. Because a lot of times you hear it doesn't require you to be fully here. You don't have to do all this grand work just to start hearing or feeling, getting intuitive hits. You don't have to start doing that. All you have to do is start listening, start paying attention to your body, start paying attention to what things are, signs around you, because the universal language is just for you. Each of us have a language that the universe can speak to us in, no matter who you are. And once you start paying attention to that language, then it becomes a dance. It becomes joyful. Your experience becomes joyful. The growth process becomes joyful. You start seeing things and it becomes, you're laughing and you're smiling and it's a joyful experience when it seems like it's a coincidence, but you know it's not. You know you just thought about this last night, and you know that it's happening because you thought of it, because it was your mental creation. And it's exciting. And when you want to say something to somebody, or you want to hold somebody in a loving space, and then all of a sudden that you get that phone call and they tell you, man, I don't know what happened, but things just changed for me. Things just turned around for me, and you don't know if it's because it was your prayers, but you know that you sent that person love, like a whole ball of energy of love, and you pictured that person in a better situation, and things turned around for them. Or maybe you are so sensitive that you have a dream that you need to share with someone, that somebody needed you. I mean, I literally had a dream that somebody called me in my dream, and I couldn't remember none of the dream. But when they called me in the dream, I pictured that, I took that as a sign, and I called them, and it was great. A lot of us talk about our grandparents and that old wisdom, and how they used to have dreams that signify this, and why does that have to be an old thing? Why does that have to be just our grandparents? Traditions don't have to die in that way. There is that during that time they didn't have the technology to distract them. But now, this is the time it's most important for you to maintain a balance. How about, I might have lost some of you with the sentimental stuff, but what about the finances? Okay, what about when you can sit here and visualize a $10,000 check or a $2,000 check? You might not be able to do 100,000 yet. You might not even be able to do 10,000. You might not even be able to do any of that. But you can do $500. You can do your rent check. You can start off with basic stuff, right? And you can literally visualize this, and it appears. It comes in just the most random of ways that unexpected ways, some expected ways, some things that was being held up that's now coming through, because you've been dealing with your inner self. You've been listening to your inner voice, and it has led things to you. It's also led you to places where it would unlock certain things. Are you going to listen? That is the question. So, anyways, I'm this video, whoo, man, I don't know where that came from. I just rolled out of bed this morning. I had stuff to do. I was doing things. I went and got me some breakfast, and I need to not waste time, but I need to make the best of some time. And I decided to come speak to you guys. And that's my goal. My goal is to assist people with unlocking their inner voice, unlocking their inner guru. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I can share with you what I know about how to unlock your inner guru, how to have a better life for yourself, how to feel, how to make your life more meaningful, how to experience joy, whether you have $10, $1, $0 negative dollars in your bank account, or $10,000, $20,000, $100,000, $1 million, $1 billion. Your joy, your level of joy, your peace should not be able to be shaken easily. I can help you with that. I can help you. I don't have the solution for how to stop oppression. I don't have the solution how to stop the system from coming down on people of color. I don't have that solution. What I do have is a solution for how we can experience it. What I have noticed is that being off of, like, when I'm checked out of social media, when I'm gone, completely gone, no checking any timeline, no watching news. When I'm checked out, I don't experience the massive experiences that other people experience. I only experience my life and what's happening to me in that moment, what I'm attracting. I know what my energy is attracting. I know how to identify that this is my energy and not somebody else's energy. I know how to identify that because I'm taking the time to focus on me. But I'm seeing how just the whole, I'm paying attention to my environment, looking around. A lot of people came outside all of a sudden, but just as a whole, paying attention to what's going on. I really forgot whatever I was saying. I forgot my point. Because I'm paying attention to what's going on in front of me. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yes. Paying attention to your life, what's going on in front of you, what's going on with your energy. And it allows you to be totally present instead of just constantly using technology and now you're not even here. The tools that you have access to are to be used for assistance, not as a replacement. The tools that you have at your disposal, whether you are a holistic wellness practitioner, whether you are a corporate business worker, whether you are a career-driven person in the corporate or business entrepreneurship, whether you are a business owner in any type of field, whatever it is, you have to be able to understand yourself in order to move through whatever you're doing joyfully. You need to understand your motivations, your drives. You need to understand all of that. Once you start following your inner voice, you can find joy in anything that you're doing, to be honest with you. You really can. But if you just absolutely cannot, and it's like extra super duper work for you, then move on. Because if you're constantly having to battle and fight and you're constantly having to, every single day, you have to start this new journey all over, this same journey all over again. It's a repetitive, toxic process of you releasing what it is that you have been put on with, had to put up with that day. So you come back and you're constantly on the edge, stressed, susceptible, lowering your immune system, susceptible to all kind of disease. But at the end of the day, when you are in a joyful experience, in a joyful place, let me be present with you, because now when you're in a joyful place, you are able to attract more joyful experiences. You are able to attract and transcend your experiences from where they are now to something amazing, something greater. So if you don't like where you're at, you can change it. You can literally mentally imagine what you want. You can literally imagine changing a person's heart. You really can. It doesn't always work. People aren't always open. But most people, a lot of people aren't really aware of what's going on. Most people are not aware. So if you visualize softening their heart, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing manipulating. There's nothing wrong with it. You're helping them. You're visualizing softening their heart. Maybe they're resisting that. Maybe you're assisting them in receiving more love, because in order for you to visualize them softening their heart, you have to send them love. You have to, and it has to be authentic. It has to be genuine. It can't be a manipulative energy and with negative or malicious intent. So you can't try to have people soften their heart just so you can get something that you don't even, something that's just unnecessary. You can, the powers can be used for wrong. The powers can be used for right. Okay? Whatever it is in you. The wrong, right is relative, but like I said, the powers can be used. But when you start to develop yourself, you start to want to do things with full integrity. You start to want to do things with, you don't want to misuse the power that you have. You start to be very sensitive about that. And you can't be an oppressor and be enlightened at the same time. You can know things, or you can have an understanding of things, but to be in a state of enlightenment, to exist in that state, you can't be in that state at the exact same time. You can't be in a loving vibration and oppress at the same time. They're not, it's not possible. So to be in a loving, positive, vibrating state, then you have to work on that. You have to work at that. You have to protect that. You have to focus on that. Anyways, I'm out. I think I made my point a long time ago. I sure did. I think I did. But I'm out. Peace. I love you. And I'm gonna stop saying that I love you because I see straight through you. Like, I love you for who you are because I see straight through you. Like, I love you. And I'm not going to explain to you why I love you. Because just know that I love you. I love who you are at the core. And that is real. And my I love you is my sending love to you. me sending love to you. Now, whether you receive that or not, that is on you. But I am sending it. I'm sending it out. I'm sharing it, baby. So, anyways, peace out. Ha. I love you.